time so that it's not a similar description or product detail.
Yep.
But if you see here, if you see here underneath where my mouse is, under product details, there's keywords in here that nobody else sees.
Right, I see. Interesting. And how are you finding it's been working?
You know what? In all honesty, these ones here, because I did a little bit of a different search method on it based on what they were showing in that webinar. They're getting views, but I think that the way that I was putting up my listings before was more promising. I think if I was to maybe add this into the way I was doing my old listings, it may show a little bit more traffic and getting them sold quicker. So these ones are I left them up, even though kind of my card got compromised. I just wanted to test them out to see if these would sell. But they're getting views. I mean, I believe this one's got like 11 views since I listed it. But I've noticed that it's not getting as much traction as I thought it would. But it could very well be just the way I went about searching these items out. They were sold items. But these the figures that I put in here, they're not undercutting anyone. They're actually overstating the price, just trying something different. But so far it hasn't had any traction on it.
Okay, so when you say overstating the price, you mean you're making your stuff a little bit more expensive than the competition, someone else, the same seller who's selling this item?
Correct.
Okay.
But,
Yep.
Because if I was to actually undercut, none of these would even show at bare minimum a $3 profit.
Yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't want to undercut. You don't want to be the cheapest person necessarily. So,
right.
So you and you're sourcing. You're an elite, so you're sourcing these from different. You're not just sourcing from Amazon. Basically, you're sourcing these from all sorts of different places.
Right. These ones are actually. These three are actually convenient enough that they're sourced from Amazon. But the other ones I had listed, let me see if I can hop onto some of the ones that I delisted. So they're the unsold ones that as an example, like some of these weren't from Amazon. Like this one here was from Overstock. Let me see here. Like this one right here. The radio flyers, they're actually sourced from Walmart because they're cheaper than every other avenue I've looked at. Actually, originally I listed them because I found them on Amazon, but Amazon went out of stock. And then I found them for half of the price on Walmart.
Yeah, there was probably somebody sourcing from anyways, the people source from and they sell on Amazon from Walmart all the time. It's a really popular strategy. So radio file, that's interesting. And so when you did the titles, you were using the title builder on DS, were you? Were you using Keyword Spy or anything else?
I was just using the title builder.
Interesting. They've improved it a lot, I have to say. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, this is good. Actually, you did delist. I mean, you delisted, but you can always relist stuff.
Oh yeah. No, I wanted to make it easy enough that I could just highlight them all and just hit relist.
Yes.
I didn't want to put myself in a position where I'm spending hours listing each individual item again.
Oh, I know. Okay, good. Cool. So let's take a look at at your listings then, and just sort of see, just kind of put a bit of input in there as well. So so how you found these items was it through the spider method that you were reverse engineering someone's listings that they were selling and stuff like that? That's from a DS training?
Yeah, a majority of these were, but some items actually what I would do is I would hop on one of the suppliers and I would do a Google image search, and then I would hop onto an eBay seller that was listing this item live just to check to see if they had sold any, and if they hadn't, I would check their other items based on their feedback and how many items they have sold, whether it's kind of worth my while to spend some time spidering through their items that have listed and sold already. And that's where I find a majority of these items to go through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. No worries. That's exactly the right strategy, Ricardo. And also with other sites like, especially like with Overstock and Walmart, they also have like recommended, like other viewers, like other shoppers or other people, other customers, see these items as well. And it's good. Also, especially if they're like a related item in some way, because what you
Right.
want to do is that it's really great that you got your selling limits that high, because you can really just go ahead and create a whole spread of products and basically just see which one are your top sellers, and then that will kind of inform what else you should be listing. You
Right.
want to be, yeah. So I'm sure you probably looks like that you are actually doing that a little bit already, like with the furniture and stuff that I can kind of see on the screen here.
Right.
Also the baby stuff too.
Yeah, I just get like a whole assortment of things. I try not to be very specific to a certain niche of product because I did that in the past, and it's seemingly, I think I ended up selling like one eBay item a month.
Right,
So
exactly. You want to have
what
that
I did
spread.
was I kind of just spread myself out, and then whichever ones did sell, I would either relist and slightly change the price, or I would just relist it. Of course, seemingly that inventory was still available to sell.
Exactly. Right, cool.
But the only
Um,
thing that I'm having an issue with, and it's still a challenge to this day, is with overstock. I seemingly think that the only way that I'm able to actually source from them if an item was to sell was through eBay, because for some reason in Canada we can't get Club O rewards. I've tried calling them on multiple occasions, and they're seemingly not kind of giving me any any avenue of getting that done.
yeah, so you're not able to join Clubo. That's interesting. But you have a US billing address though, right? For
So I just sourced it. So following the training, I of course just put item location in the States. But I have banking in the U.S. Through a bank in New York. So in terms of like my monopoly in Amazon, I'm able to do the Amazon.com and sourcing from Overstock. But because I don't have a U.S. mailing address, it won't allow me to
oh, I see.
source from Club O rewards. So the 5% cashback that you typically get with that, the only thing that I've been finding, or I found it recently actually, is through Ebates on our cashback rewards. They give 5% off of eBay. So
5% or 1.5.
I think it all depends on the category, because when I was reading it yesterday, it's like generally it's 1.5% on eBay, but if you are selling an item through Home and Garden on eBay, it's 5%, and then there's like different breakdowns of it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Um, yeah. So it all depends, Ricardo, on how sort of and how kind of far you want to take it in a way. Because if you wanted to have so the a US address, so that would be more for the billing address for your. But if you have but you have an American credit card, so you must. If you but you have a bank account, but do you have, but what's I guess your address that you have with them? Is that a Canadian address you have with
It is
them
a
or
Canadian
US one?
address, yeah, because they made me sign out a
Oh,
W-8 benefit form, and that
oh,
was sent out to me for tax purposes. But aside from that, the address that they accepted was Canadian.
okay. So what about something like? Do you have any friends in the US that who would be who wouldn't mind you having their address as your mailing address?
You know, I'd have to double check because I have some friends that are in Florida, and I know my aunt just recently moved back to Canada from Virginia, so I can double check to see if they still have their property out there. It's just in terms of if any mailing is getting sent there, when I receive that may be very
Yeah.
very sparse, right? So,
Exactly, exactly. But here's the thing: is that they very rarely will mail you anything. It's all they email. They basically. I don't think I don't think I've ever gotten any correspondence from Overstock, like a flyer or anything like that. So they always email their promotions and stuff like that. Because I mean, as you know, I'm based in New Zealand, so I have a mailing address in Santa Cruz,
okay.
which which is actually a really good friend of ours, and but he was fine with us using his address as our mailing address
Okay.
for stuff like that. So that's what I use. So if you double check with a couple of your friends, let them know the chances of you actually receiving an email are minimal, but it's something you need to do for your e-commerce business because you are based in Canada.
Right. Okay.
So that I think should definitely free you up to join Overstock's Club O, because it is actually it's super handy when you accumulate, especially if you're doing a lot of sales from Overstock. It's really great to be able to get their 5%.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, so I would definitely
Well, you get that, and then you get the additional from eBay when it sells, and then you get whatever other rewards you can kind of pick up, whether it's through Be Frugal or Top Cashback, right? So,
Exactly. Well, actually, I use UPromise to get the 5% from actually no, yeah 5%, 5% from UPromise, and I find that just really robust. Now, I know you said that you weren't able to join UPromise because of your Canadian address, but if you're able to get a US mailing address,
right.
then you should be able to join UPromise as well. And
Right.
and
Okay.
they can how they disseminate their cashback is that they just cut a check and send it to the address that you want. So you want it to be sent to your bank in New York. That's what I do. I get it sent to my bank in Santa Monica. We still have some accounts there, so and they just go ahead and deposit the check on your behalf.
So, in terms of the address that I set up there, would I set it up as the bank's address then?
Yes. Well,
Oh,
actually, no. No, 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 I'm sorry. For your actual account, you would want to put in your friend's address in Florida or wherever they happen to be.
okay.
But when you promise when you're generating a check, they ask you where you want the check to be sent, and that's
Oh,
when you.
okay, and then you put that as your bank account.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's smart. I didn't think about that. I'll definitely try that.
yeah. Give it a try. Give it a try for sure.
Because I mean, once, because even with the monopoly side of things, like I'm seeing
Oh
all these
yes.
great products on Overstock that I can be listing, whether they be unique or there's already an ASIN created by somebody else, where I'm able to undercut them.
Right. Yep.
Because I don't have the rewards, I don't get the cash back, so the potential of a higher markup per sale is not there, right?
It's right. It's right. I mean, it's all once again, all this business is, and with really with any business, is all the incremental stuff that layer on top of each other to really be to where you get the advantages. So yeah, you want to be obviously seeking that cash back and those the memberships as much as you can through these
Right.
different sites. So yeah, because. And I have to say I don't know if you look I know that that's right you actually upgrade to Monopoly, which is fantastic. I have to say that Amazon right now is so easy to use. It's just like so unbelievable how much they've improved their seller
Oh
centric
yeah,
interface.
absolutely, I agree.
Incredible, yeah. So you can. One of the things that Bishop and I teach, and we're just about to launch a new product around this, is when you get to a certain level, you need to really you need to have a conversation with yourself now. How much time do I have to manage my listings? Because
Sure.
until you actually start doing FBA and sourcing your own products, then you don't need a ton of products on Amazon to do really well, but you should always be listing as much as you can, I think, because you want to be seeing what's selling and you want to get that feedback. Plus, there are no
Right.
selling limits. So, but then you also have to think, well, how am I going to manage my couple of hundred listings or however much you build up to? So that's when you want to start thinking about outsourcing and stuff like that to someone who can manage on a day-to-day basis, making sure that things aren't going out of stock, or the price is being raised, or whoever who's undercutting you by like maybe 5 cents, and they're getting all the sales, and you can still and you haven't undercut them back. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
and keeping and then deleting stuff that maybe the margins aren't worthwhile anymore. or rather just putting out of stock, because prices fluctuate all the time across the marketplace depending on demand. It's just so you want to be thinking about that too. But in the meantime, what you also want to be doing as well is you want to be actually, I know you haven't got Genesis yet, but that's a really exciting one where you can be sourcing your own stuff and selling on Amazon, but also listing it on eBay too. So you've got like the idea is to get as many sales channels as possible for product. That So you're going to always want to be thinking ahead, and something which might not be a good fit for eBay, you now can go ahead and list on Amazon and vice versa. So you've now got that option now too. So you want to be doing that little bit of a dance between the two platforms.
So you're essentially just increasing your marketplace.
Yes.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, because prior to even DS Domination, like I was very well aware of, because I know with Genesis, the sourcing comes from one of them being Alibaba.
Yes.
And I actually, prior to even DS Domination, was looking in at sourcing from that and bringing in big shipments to not fulfill by Amazon, but actually hold the inventory and sell it myself.
Oh.
But it was just funny enough that when they introduced Genesis, I was like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a gosh. That's a really big step to take to fulfill your own product, especially if you're doing multiple sales. I've actually done that myself before, and I can make different niche, and it was hardcore. I was like, I couldn't keep up with it. It was like, oh my god, but. So therefore, you want to be doing FBA if you're going to be sourcing your own product, for sure. And it's actually really quite straightforward as well. I know that you're based in Canada. I use a third-party inventory company in Tennessee, who they recommend in the training, and they're actually really pretty good. And it's just peace of mind, knowing that they do it as a business. It's all sorted, and and it's also been recommended by DS, so they're quite solid.
Sure.
So if you're ready to do that, I would, look at
that. No sound. No.
We can
okay, hi.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
How y'all doing? Good, good. Awesome.
Great. Welcome, Tiffany. Glad you could make it.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you are. Cool. So Ricardo was just we're just also just chatting a little bit about Amazon as well, since Ricardo also upgraded to Monopoly. But let's keep it to eBay for the time being. And I have to say that I like the approach. You seem to have a pretty good understanding of it, Ricardo. And is there anything in particular that you wanted to ask about your listings, like something that you're not sure about, or if you're pricing it correctly, or the not getting a lot of action on something?
In terms of my listings, the whole process, I think I'm pretty solid with. In terms of the pricing as well, what I put in place, if you can still see my screen here, I'm going to see if I can just open a Excel here, because what I do is I'm just a little bit too analytical with stuff, so I like to keep track of everything that I'm doing. So I kind of just put something together because, as my full-time, I'm a mortgage. I sell mortgages, right? So, I like to just have everything priced out and just have a strong foundation, just in case for any reason eBay goes down. Like, I pretty much got everything still, right? So,
are you using, sorry to interrupt you, Ricardo, are you using Supremacy or any of the other tools in the back office?
I don't have Supremacy.
Okay.
I don't believe I upgraded to that yet.
Yeah. That's not a very good, it's like $14 a month or something. I think that's something that's a very worthwhile upgrade, because it enables you to start building registered buyers with the emails.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, because really the whole thing is that you want to be getting repeat buys, repeat customers like a following, and a lot. I don't think a lot of eBay sellers are really leveraging that aspect of online selling or on really on online business because because eBay itself gets so much traffic, they kind of rely, I guess, on the traffic that eBay normally provides. But
Right.
how cool would it be to actually have people who are, who you're kind of like their trusted source for X, and you know that and you can kind of get like a little bit of a feedback loop with your buyers. So that's something I would definitely look into that. But I believe there's a video that explains supremacy and just some of the benefits, and you can see if it's something that you want to do.
Right.
But you're kind of really in a good position because you've got like a really great, some pretty good selling limits there. So you can, list a whole, go crazy and list a whole bunch of stuff. And then you can start getting and then you build your buyers list and start getting some feedback as to what people actually want, and then go source it for them. So
Okay.
that's a really powerful position to be in.
Sure. Well, at least
yeah.
you know what to list, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of getting some ideas. I'm hearing from so and so that about this thing here. Let me see if I can find it. Right. I mean,
Right.
how privileged would that person feel if you say, hey, so and so, you can maybe I found this here for you, and that was such a great idea. Thank you so much, and here it is. It takes people aback because there's like no one that does that kind of contact. I mean, the old-fashioned shopkeeper. I think used to be able to do that. That's the strength of the mum and dad, bricks and mortar business, right? Where people could personalize their buying for their customers. But now we can do that with supremacy.
Okay. Yeah, no, I might have to definitely look into that then because, I mean, my main thing is it's not something that I would say is discouraging, but you constantly read the testimonials of other people that are having really great success with DS domination, and I guess my thing has always been to try and figure out what are they doing that's any different than what we're doing to get a little bit more kind of traffic or I guess traction with their sales because you hear the 1, 2, sometimes even 3 sales a day, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So it's all it is really, but that's the beauty of this business is that there's nothing special necessarily about what they're doing. It's just that maybe they got more products for sale, right? Or they somehow struck it like with a seasonal variation as this particular thing's very popular right now, or it really just comes in waves. But it sounds like you've got a really good foundational understanding though of how to be really successful in this business, which is riding the waves, right? Because this coming holidays, we strongly recommend like sourcing things like toys and things that people buy for their kids and like more sort of like gift related stuff. So you can kind of ride buying trends yourself if you just are aware of what people want. But then you also don't want to be listing everything that other people are listing as well. So you kind of have that kind of bird's eye view of going a little bit against the grain at the same time. That just comes with practice. Your intuition.
I know that Amazon just released like a couple weeks ago their 2014 toy wish list, and I was kind of looking at that and saying, do I source from that, being that we're going into the Christmas buying season?
Yeah, well, the thing with selling toys on Amazon, if you have a brand new account, is that they probably won't let you. Oh, actually, unless you want to do the fulfillment, actually, they won't let you do the fulfillment yourself. You have to be doing it FBA.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they sort of reward the sellers who've had their metrics, keep their metrics clean by allowing them to sell toys and games. That doesn't mean you can't use the DS app. I don't know. It's just so annoying because I love being in New Zealand, but I can't really go and get like a bargain like in my corner store because everything is really quite expensive over here because everything's imported.
Right.
It's travel a long way, yeah. But maybe I wonder if there's some price arbitrage opportunities at like is there like a Walmart in Canada and like in where you are? I mean, there must be, right? Like a dollar store or something.
Yeah, like we have we've got like all kinds of places, like especially as far as Genesis is concerned. We have this big outlet uh, that is open once a year, and I believe it's around this time anyways, where it just like wholesales all toys that haven't sold in the year, and the price markdown is like 80 to 90%.
Mm. Wow.
So, and I mean, they source everything. It's just like one big warehouse where they have like toys, home and gardens things, jewelry, you name it, they
Mm.
pretty much have it.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty amazing resource right there, especially getting into we know the holiday season. So
Sure.
I know that you haven't upgraded to Genesis, but you might want to think about doing that, and then going ahead and just sort of and then just going down to that area. I mean, to the store that you were talking about, and then just sort of seeing, what the arbitrage opportunities are there.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
see, I know, like right now, what I'm focused. I'm just waiting for for them to send me my new card so I can input the details on Amazon and with PayPal, and
yes,
then that way,
yes.
ideally, what I'm gonna start doing is sourcing both Amazon and eBay so that I can start building back up that profit that I was earning, and then hop and get into Unleash, Genesis, Market Extreme, and pretty much just go all tiers in. And then that way, not only from the affiliate side of things, I can promote and not miss commissions, but at the same time have the resources for the other products that DS Domination offers. So I mean, really, what I'm trying to focus on is, ideally, I'm hoping to get this card in the next couple of days, so that I
Mm-hmm.
can kind of
Yeah.
get back on my feet and up and running, and that way I can start doing a lot of my listings on Amazon, and I'll back to exceeding my limits on eBay, because I'm not sure if anybody is aware of this, but with eBay, if you're selling at least 2 items a week, they automatically, I don't know if this is a new thing, but they just automatically increase your listing capability. Because when I called them, they said I had to wait 30 days. I sold another item, and then it just jumped up from, I think I had 9,000, and then it went to 15 like overnight.
Wow, that's interesting. So you didn't even have to call for this for the you didn't have to call to get that increase. They just granted it to you.
Yeah, because I know for like some time I was just so preoccupied with my daughter that I didn't even get a chance to, and that's just me. I was just too consumed with my day-to-day life, so I really didn't focus very much on DS domination. But
Yeah.
I just kind of set a goal like in 30 days to just list like crazy and see what worked. And in a matter of 30 days, my listings went from it went in 3 increments. It went 5,000,
Mm-hmm.
9,000, and then 15,000 in a matter of 2 weeks. And I didn't
Wow.
even have to call them; they just increased it.
That is really excellent, Ricardo. Yeah. I think
So
they've made quite a few changes actually. I think to make it more seamless for both buyer and seller and the transactions.
yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah,
Because like I mean, I'm finding it like if you sell at least 2 items within the month, they automatically bump up your value or even your listing amount. I don't know. I think Tiffany's on the call, but I'm not sure if she needed to call in. But mine were just on automatic because when I called in, they didn't even seemingly. They just told me I had to wait 30 days and then they'll look at it. But I made another sale and then it just increased.
yeah, fantastic. Um, yeah, that's really great.
Sure. Right. Sure. Exactly.
Exactly.
Is there any other tips, like just looking at the listings that you could kind of identify that maybe I should be putting in place that may give a little bit more traction on listings I'm putting up, or just keep consistent with what I'm doing right now?
Yeah, I'm actually really liking your keywords. You don't have a lot of fat there, if you will, in terms of like keywords that people don't necessarily use. Although something that just caught my eye just now, the bottom of the page, which says pre-pack floating desk.
Yeah.
I don't know how much traffic the word pre-pack would get. So what?
See,
Actually,
and the thing is, the one thing that I picked up from one of the trainings that Roger put together was that if you put the main keyword, like I just used floating desk for this one, and actually inside the title builder, pre-pack came up. So I said, all right, well, I mean, maybe people are searching for pre-pack floating desk.
interesting.
Otherwise, I wouldn't even bother to use it.
Yeah. So okay. So he was saying. Okay, that's interesting. I guess some keywords look like that they are if it's a well-known brand name in that niche,
Yeah.
then perhaps it is worthwhile. I mean, it's a decent amount of traffic pre-pack. You know, the word pre-pack itself gets about 18,100 according to Keyword Spy. Just wondering, like maybe. Like say computer desk would be a really great keyword because computer desk has got a lot of traffic. Gosh, it reminds me so much of my daughter when she was that age. Yeah, like computer desk gets about 823,000 search, and this is a computer desk by the looks of things. So I would definitely maybe even taking out the word floating desk.
And put computer desk. Okay. So you're using Keyword Spy to see search volume, to see other words that come up when you put in floating desk?
I'm using Keyword Spy to, basically that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So what's really cool, I don't know if I'm sure you're familiar with Keyword Spy, but if you're not really super familiar, they have a whole bunch of really great suggested words. Like the keywords floating desk get less than 4,000 search a month, 3,600 according to Keyword Spy. So that to me is a bit of a waste of,
Okay.
yeah. So you want to take that out. And in floating desk doesn't have a lot of really great suggested keywords underneath, to be honest with you, but computer desk does. So you want to be as generic as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you want to sell people on the unusual, it looks like a really cool, unusual product, and you
Right.
can also in the description. But you want to get in front of as many people as possible first, and then you sell them on the description and the photographs.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes I think you want to just be a bit more, less specific and less niche, and just be like, what's someone searching for? Boom, they're searching for like, computer desk or office desk or something like that.
Okay. Instead of a very kind of out there term like floating. Like some people don't necessarily look for a floating desk, but they're always looking for a computer desk or
That's
or
right.
an office desk or whatever it is. Okay. But so seemingly when you put in floating desk, that's what came up under Keyword Spy as a suggested keyword?
No, floating desk didn't really come up with any very great suggested keywords underneath the that search volume. It was actually kind of like curtains, window treatments, desk, which I think is a little bit too generic. So it's sometimes it's suggest, but you see, floating desk is such a specific, not commonly used word, really. I mean, I would never ever Google floating desk because it's like what people, if they don't know about something, they don't know, that there's not really any place to build from, if you know what I mean. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
So I
so
guess you kind of got to look at the picture that of what you're going to list and say, what is this really? And then kind of figure out
yes,
a
yes,
term based on that, right? Okay.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Yep.
No, that's great. So you know what? Just as an example here, let me just hop on another listing here. That yeah, like something like this. Um, I guess the main keyword would be like fire pit,
Mhm.
and then
Yep.
just go from there, right?
Yep. Fire pit. Exactly.
Okay.
Fire pit, like out. Let me see. Let's see. Fire pit's a really great keyword actually, and especially coming into the colder months. Yeah. Fire pit, outdoor fire pit, patio fire pits.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. So this and Keywords by Fire Pit has actually got some good suggestions here that you can kind of mine as well. And then you can also click on the value of one of the keywords down here, and that gives you yet more keyword suggestions. You can really, especially with Twitter, you can really drill down into getting keyword ideas, which
So
are
would you
yeah.
use that kind of as like a building keyword, in kind of like in line with Title Builder, or would you
Yes.
use Keyword Spy kind of all on its own?
Well, when I first used the title builder, I think they've improved it a lot. Gosh, before it wasn't really that good at all, but now I think it's much better. But I would
Okay.
actually use both, and I also use another tool which isn't part of DS. It's called FreshKey, which I mentioned in Facebook posting actually a little while ago now. But FreshKey is really fantastic, not just for e-commerce, but also for like building. If you're developing like different online businesses, and you want to know what the pain points are in different niches,
Okay.
because you can. It's actually a tool that gives you search on all sorts of different platforms, not just first of all Google obviously, but also on Amazon, on eBay, on different on YouTube. Like you can kind of see what keywords people are searching in these different places,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's fantastic. In fact, it's only about gosh, if you Google FreshKey, I think it's like $10, like a one-off $10, which
Okay.
it might be more expensive now. I'm not sure, but I bought it in a promotion, and it's so handy. I mean, yeah. So that's another sort of thing you can also use as to get keyword ideas as well. But really, the main thing is that you don't want to get bogged down too much with getting your keywords absolutely perfect for the first start, because a bit of a temptation if you're a perfectionist, right? But what you
Yeah,
want,
and that's one thing that I completely agree with you on that one. I think that's what I was doing before, and I was just trying. I was spending way too much time just title building it, as
yes,
opposed to just putting it up, listing, and then,
yes.
like you mentioned, if something is not getting traction within seven days of your listing, change some keywords up, and then change the price by 5 or 10 cents, and then that way it refreshes it back on the eBay listings, right?
Exactly right. Yes, exactly. And
So
it's,
yeah, um,
yeah.
I,
So
those are the two main things that I guess I'll take away and see if that works. But so far, the new method that I put together on those three listings, I mean, they're
mhm.
getting views, but I guess I had a higher expectation for them.
Yeah, because they probably positioned it like that in the webinar. Um,
Exactly. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, they positioned it in the sense of this is what they're doing, and it's effectively creating multiple sales on a daily basis. So I kind of wanted to take from that and try it out. But
hmm
maybe it's the items that are currently kind of not what people are searching for.
Um, you were talking about your range of items.
Right, these ones here.
Yeah. No, I think your product range looks really good actually. These
Oh,
all look like
that's
kind
good
of
to know.
like commonly purchased items. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
like I mean, I've had items that have sold. I've definitely made a good profit on the ones that did sell. Unfortunately, in my case, with my card being blocked, it definitely caused kind of like a disruption of my business. But
Yes.
Other than that, I mean, I've had to do a return or two, but that was, of course, my fault not managing the inventory. But seemingly didn't get a negative feedback for it, so thankful for that because I just messaged the buyer right away saying, unfortunately, circumstances that I don't have the item in stock, I'd be more than happy to issue you a refund immediately so that this doesn't affect you in any way, and they're pretty fine with it. So
exactly, Ricardo. And I know that because I know that you're in a customer-based industry with the mortgage broking. It's all about, so you already have that understanding.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I try to just not waste time, right? Like if I know I can't get it and I can't source it from anywhere, I just message the buyer right away. I don't even wait the 3 business day handling time, and I just get back to them right away and ask them what it is that they would like me to do, and at the end of the day, they're the ones that have to be satisfied because that's what our rating is based on. So
exactly, yeah, and it sounds like you've got all the right ideas there. So. So what I would suggest is just going through your listings and just making sure you're taking out the extraneous, like overly kind of niche-y, or just not as kind of slightly obscure keywords there.
Okay.
And just using, I would definitely tap into Keyword Spy and not relying so much on the title bit or just combining the two. Just keep going because the chances are, Ricardo, is that I think you should start relisting as soon as possible, even before you get the credit cards. You just want your listings out there because if you're concerned about the shipping and handling and you haven't got your cards yet, it's like just extend the shipping and handling a little bit more. But just get the sale.
Now, is there a way? I guess I would have to follow up with PayPal because I know that I could send them the tracking information and they seemingly release payment within 3 business days. Is there like a set time frame, or is there a certain figure that you have to hit with them in order for them to lift your limits?
Yeah, I think it's something. I remember this being discussed at a webinar. I think it's something. Like it was like 10,000 or something like that. How old's your PayPal account? Is it quite a new one from how you're talking about it?
It's not actually relatively that new. It's just that because I took kind of a break from DS Domination, I'm not sure if they're treating that as new because I had numerous sales in the past where I did receive income, but it seemingly looks like they're still holding it for a period of time before they release it, or unless I put up my tracking number. So when I sold one item because of the card, ideally I would have loved to process that order. It was just the balance that I had in the PayPal account in order to process that wasn't enough to cover the actual cost of the item.
Oh, that's such a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah. Definitely include the tracking information. It sounds like you know how to do that, correct? You just simply go and post.
Yeah, that's no problem. I know how to hop onto PayPal, add that in, hop onto eBay and add that in. So
good.
In terms of like the functionality of the systems that we use, I don't seemingly have an issue with that. I guess it's just a matter of creating that leverage of being able to have access to the funds right away. So
yeah. Well, I mean, you are all doing all the right things, and also if you are if you've been doing that consistently, even with like the sales that you've been getting sales, you've been doing it consistently, then I would also just give them a call and just say, hey, I've been I've had my PayPal account since this date. It's been I have like an e-commerce business that I'm really loving. I'm wanting to build it, but I'm a little bit concerned about cash flow because I'm getting these sales, but I can't access the funds right away. I would love to be able to access the funds right away. Like what, and just be really straight with them. And basically, it's just a person who's just looking at your account metrics. Like if you haven't, annoyed PayPal or done anything to kind of red flag you or whatever, then they should be kind of like, oh yeah, fine, yeah, okay, cool.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Okay, hold on. I'll definitely. I'm going to try that out tomorrow morning. I'm going to call down to them and see what they say.
Yeah. Okay, good, good. It sounds like you're using a. Are you shaving your head right now? It sounds like something's like a got a buzz cut or something.
Oh, you know what? That actually
Is that you, Bishop?
that might be the fans on my my Mac laptop because it's an older one, and
Oh, yes, yes,
when
yes.
it's seemingly using software it doesn't like, it likes to
Get
fight
all
back by turning
overheated.
the fans on.
I know. I used to have an old Mac as well. Yeah, love quite noisy. The fan. Um, cool. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to cover, Ricardo, in your hot seat?
I think that was pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to make sure that I was kind of going in the right direction in terms of my listings and anything that I can kind of take away to improve my listings to get them to get a little bit more views and potential sales. But I mean, seemingly from what you guys are looking at, it looks like I'm kind of going the right way. So I'll just keep at it and then add those extra tips that we talked about today to them. I'll call PayPal and just kind of have like a weekly update maybe on our group and
Yeah,
see.
great. Sounds
Yeah,
fabulous.
I'll definitely put an update on that for sure. I
Excellent.
mean, I'm another thing from the affiliate side of thing is by the end of the week I might actually have 4 signups, and that's even without doing anything we talked about in the affiliate side of things last week.
Oh, that is just fantastic, Ricardo. Good for you. I know because yeah, you're in. I mean, because you're in an industry which I think people are just looking for alternatives, right? That business.
Absolutely. And I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is, I actually knew a couple of people that had worked in other MLM companies, and they're in the mindset that no matter what the situation is, their business is still always good. I actually had the opportunity to talk to one of them today, and I'm like, "So how's the business going?" And he was like, "Oh, it's awesome." I'm like, "So have you made any sales?" Nope. Okay. So I'm like, yeah, I think you need to check this out because I'm actually making money from it and I haven't been doing it for very long.
Right.
And seemingly, I showed him the sales video. He's going to be coming in on the live training next Tuesday, and he might be signing up his brother as well. So, I mean, I can't
Fantastic.
really complain. I got already one sign up, and then I have another one. She's still on the fence about it, but I'm kind of seemingly not sure maybe if this is kind of the right option for her because if you can't kind of figure out that you want to change your life with $20 a month, maybe you're just not ready for it yet.
Yeah.
Not even. Well, it's 75 cents a day.
Hmm.
You can't even get a small coffee at Tim Hortons in Canada for that. A small coffee over here is like $1.40. So you figure if you buy a
Yeah.
coffee every single day, you're already at $31.20. Like
Right.
so. Absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, hey, the one thing that I took away from that is I purchased my domain because I know you sent a post just before I kind of hop off and kind of give Tiffany the hot seat. Um, yeah, I purchased my domain name. A cool thing is I managed to find the Genesis framework with the themes for WordPress for $5 when normally it's $100 through Fiverr. Somebody on Fiverr had a licensee, so they sent me all that. So I have that. So I'll be putting that together. I've already written a full DS Domination review with affiliate links in that. I've got my GetResponse autoresponder. I'm putting together some follow-up emails already on that. The only thing that I haven't seemingly put together is the free report and my lead pages, but that's what I'm getting around to. So hopefully that's gonna create a lot more visibility of the affiliate side of things. Sure, no, definitely. Okay, no problem. No, I told you. I told you. Yeah, no worries. Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's fine. You know what? I'm focused on the affiliate side of things probably because I've been reading and applying and learning and a lot of that over the last course of I guess let's say better half of a year. But I mean, realistically, like I think DS Domination, and my wife says it too. It's the only business that I've actually gotten involved in and actually seen a profit online from. So, I mean, that being the case, I mean, I'm really just trying to blow it out of the water and kind of showcase that to people that currently in their state of lifestyle are struggling or whatever they're going through, that there is an option that is not as complicated as people make it when it comes to the online world. And you know, I'm here. You know, leverage whatever you need, teach whatever you need to teach, and I'm happy to apply it. So, no, yeah, no, definitely, definitely.
Excellent. Excellent, Ricardo. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Did you? Let me just see here if I need to. Okay, so I'll stop sharing because I think that's the only way that Tiffany's going to be able to share, right?
Yes. Is Tiffany still there? Okay, I didn't. Oh, that's right. She turned off her mic. That's right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey,
Can you
Tiffany.
hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Awesome. Will you guys bear with me one moment? I have forgotten how to do that, and so uh-huh. Yep. Oh, 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 okay. Um, I'm seeing a plus sign, and I'm not seeing share screen. I'm seeing instant message, dial pad, participant
Oh,
list.
Tiffany, are you on video? You're on a video call, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it should give you the option then under conversation.
Conversation.
Do you have conversations at the top of your computer screen there?
No.
Oh, okay, might be running a different version of Skype.
Yeah, all right. I'm different. Yeah. Okie dokie. Um, bada bing, bada boom. Um, yeah, I'm still not having any. Hold on. Do you think I should turn the video back on? Then maybe I can see it. Maybe.
Yeah, turn the video back on. Yeah, if you turn it off, definitely turn it back on, and then
Okay.
see if if that
All
helps
right.
with. There you are. Okay, good. So, do you have conversations as an option in your
I'm not.
Skype?
I see like a call button, but it's red, and so I'm kind of
Next, yeah. Yeah, there's exactly. They've got, you know how like you should have. I don't know if you have a Mac or a PC, but it should have the Skype name and then file, edit, view, contacts. Do you have conversations?
No, and it may be because I'm on a different version of Skype. I'm thinking
Yeah.
because I'm in Windows, whatever this Windows is, and so there aren't any. I see the top or the bottom. The bottom has like my microphone. It has my video and the plus button, but it doesn't have none at all. Just dial pad. Maybe dial pad. Would that be the same as calls or something?
To make calls out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know we've done this before via Skype, and you know I was able to kind of figure it out. I'm just not recalling anything. No, sir. No, sir. When I'm in a video, I just see Carmina's on the left hand side, and nothing else. And I'm moving my mouse around to see if anything will pop up for me, but nothing's actually popping up.
So you're on Windows 8, right, Tiffany?
Yes, that is it.
Yeah.
Windows 8.
Yeah, because it says here that the modern Skype application for Windows 8 does not support screen sharing, but if you want to be able to use a screen sharing, you need to install normal desktop version. And I'll send you a link to do that. I'm just getting it from like a Skype community board here, so let's see. Hopefully this will work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's weird because it says here that you're actually offline according to my Skype, but I just Skyped over to you the link from Skype, but I can also Facebook it to you as well if you are not able to get my Skype link.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Facebook it for me, please, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I just sent it.
Awesome. Just got it, and I am about to download it right now.
Great. Sounds like someone's got the radio on in the background.
Yeah, I'm in a restaurant, so they're playing a song. I was actually about to break out singing, so
It's kind of catchy, even though it sounds a little robotic on my end.
oh, wow. Okie dokie. It's downloading right now. So bear with me. Oh, okay.
We having technical difficulties?
Tiffany's just downloading Skype, a version of Skype onto her computer where she can screen share.
I should have talked about that, Tiffany. I had to install the brand new one too because the older one doesn't allow you to share screen.
Gotcha. Ah, fantastic. Alrighty. Okay. Come on. You can do it. Oh, okay. Okay, it's asking me to close down a program, so I'm going to close the old Skype, and then I'll reconnect with you guys in just a few, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
I actually just got off the phone with one of the guys on my team that was in the last webinar, and we changed up his listings because I took a look at his, so I kind of gave him my own personal hot seat, and his listings actually finally got watchers.
Oh, that's fantastic. Excellent.
Yeah. So he's excited.
Oh, good.
I'm hoping to get him a sale at least this week so that he kind of gets in the groove of being motivated by his own success.
Exactly. It just takes that first sale, for sure.
Oh, that's all it is. I even said to him, even if it's $3, it's $3 he never had. Just keep compounding it.
Mm-hmm. And it's also just the method, but it's just proof that it works, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and that's the thing. There's no doubt that it works. It's just a matter of being patient and just being consistent and not getting discouraged when items are taking longer than others.
Exactly, and not getting fixated on any items, not being a perfectionist about something, but just it's like having the big picture in mind and sort of focusing too much on the minutiae, which is I think a lot of people do. But this is a great task orientated business where you know you just want one foot in front of the other, and because we've got the traffic, that's what's a really amazing thing, and the products that people are already wanting to buy. So
Exactly.
it's really
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And it's funny because when you scope the internet on reviews about DS domination, you're always going to come across somebody that is saying, "Oh, it's just another scam."
Right. You have to kind of see it though. I know but some people actually say like they want to get because negative reinforcement is often so powerful because it's like watching a car crash or something. So
Yep.
sometimes there could be like affiliates who really are for attention.
Hello, guys. How are
Hey,
you?
Brett.
Hey, Tiffany.
All right. So now we are, I think, in, um, well, okay. So call. Is it call right at the very top? Share
Should be
screens.
conversation. Should be conversations if you're, or it could be call. But if you're seeing that option under call, then that's the one. If not, it's under conversations.
Okie dokie. Start. Fantastic. Can you guys see my screen?
Let me have a
Not
look.
yet.
No.
Yeah, I see it.
You see it?
I see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. Yes. Bishop, are you seeing it? I'm not sure if Bishop is still. I think he's still there. Yeah. Okay. Um, cool. Let's go and check out some of your listings here, Tiffany.
Oh, okie dokie.
Okay. Are you scrolling down?
I am.
Okay. Um, okay. Um, let's go. Why don't you go to the top of your Oh yeah, I have one of those drills. It's a good drill too.
Did you have one of those drills? Those
The
DeWalt?
DeWalt ones. The DeWalt's, yeah, yeah, really good. Okay, cool. So let's just stop scrolling there for a moment and wait for
Okay.
the page to stop reverberating. Okay, so okay, so 58. Okay, that's really cheap, Tiffany. Where are you sourcing that one from Walmart?
Amazon.
Oh,
Hmm.
what's the profit on that one?
I don't know off the top of my head. I know that one's at least that one's gonna be at least $10 on that one.
On the bathroom cabinet?
Yeah, on that
They're
white
selling it
bathroom cabinet.
$10 on Amazon? I
Hmm.
have to check this out.
I'm gonna have to I have to look in my little let me go to I can go to Amazon. Hold on one moment.
Yeah, because I'm thinking. Okay, so this bathroom. The reason why I just sort of saw that is that it just struck me as being really quite cheap. But if you're only sourcing it for that, I want to see what it looks like. Bathroom. Uh, it's not the Zenith products one, is it?
I don't know honestly. So let's see here.
I'm kind of curious. Yeah. But anyway, um,
And I'm using a different browser than my Chrome because my Chrome is kind of giving me some troubles right now. So I'm
mhm.
not in the browser that I normally use. So
Okay, no worries.
let's see if we can find it here. Sorry it's going so fast. I know that. I'm just trying to find it real quickly.
No, no worries.
Where are you, little thing? Ah, there. Oh no. Oh wow, it went up. Okay, no, it didn't. It's yeah, it's the $44. So let me actually
Yeah,
recalculate that.
yeah, the Zenith, yeah. Because that is really, yeah, that's really cheap.
Is that more? Let me see. Yeah, because that's more like $5 or $6.
Something like that, which is like a piece of furniture that looks pretty substantial to me anyway. You want, why don't like 79, 89.
79.
Yeah. Because yeah, I would definitely make that more expensive.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So if you wanted to go back to your listings here, yep, so bump up that price there. Okay, that's cool as well. Ladies pink tool. Okay, that is pretty cool. Here's the thing though: are people really going to be searching for a ladies pink tool kit? Is that how did you build these titles, Tiffany?
Well, the pink toolbox, I used the spider method for this one. In the particular seller that I got this one from had similar words in his title, and the first few words that I used in this particular title are actually like the 30-piece home tool set. Like the home tool set are really popular words, and so the rest of it though is just you know more of a
Selling,
a chart. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Yep. So understood. Here's the thing: is that people aren't really going to look for that. So
Okay.
that to me is a bit of a waste of letters in the title. So you want to be putting stuff. You want to be more generic, like what we sort of said with Ricardo. Put in the word toolkit. I think I see you've got tool set. Toolkit's really a good. Gets a ton of traffic.
Yeah.
And then you also put in. I would also put in toolkits as well, the plural, toolboxes,
Okay.
hand tools. So you want to be getting more generic in a way with your listings here, or just with this particular one that I'm seeing anyway. So definitely rework that, and I would also make it a bit more expensive. Bump it up to $49, $49.99.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would definitely change that up there. Next one, the Under Armour backpack, Hustle Storm. Yeah. So Under Armour, that is, it is a household name, but it's not a really like super popular household name like Gillette or
Yeah.
those. It's basically, I would definitely take out Under Armour and Hustle Storm Orange. I mean, that to me is a bit of a waste of words, and you want to put that in the item specifics. So anything like that, you want to put in the item specifics, but the title, you want to get the eyeballs to your item. So let's look at definitely, obviously, backpacks are, it's a good, that was a good one. Let's see what else is there. Luggage.
Okay.
Yep. See what else is coming up here. Carry on luggage, travel bag.
Okay.
Yep. That's a bit that looks like, and then we drew. You just basically, I'm just going onto keyword spine, just drilling down a little bit. So under travel bags, I think gym bags probably a good one, but let's just go and see what's coming under travel bags. Bags, travel. It's not really travel backpacks. backpacks, plural.
The plural, okay.
Yep. Yeah, so you could really put in real super highly trafficked words in that title right there. And then you could maybe qualify a little bit later on in the listing, school, gym, something like that.
Yeah.
But it looks like you could definitely strengthen that title, sure. And that's a good price. That's a good price. I like the price. It looks like a nice roomy backpack. That's more for an adult than a kid. So that's good. Let's go down to four draw Alderwood. Alderwood. I'm not thinking that Alderwood's a very highly trafficked word.
That one I did keyword spy on, that Alderwood, and maybe I could have, no, yeah, it's pretty. Alderwood is pretty okay. I think it has like less than 100,000 or a little bit more than 100,000 hits on that particular, word or phrase term.
Yep. Let's see.
So what do you think? What are you seeing that would be definitely better than that?
I would definitely put in something like bedside, bedside something like nightstand.
Yeah, man, bedside.
Yeah, nightstand would be a good one for this one. Yeah, small nights. Oh, actually, okay. So yeah, nightstand would be a good one for sure. Nightstand, all one word, singular. That gets like 450,000 search. So yeah, and then just going down here and just drilling down on nightstands, because that to me immediately pops up as something you'd have next to the bed. Although it's a 4 drawer. Wait a moment, that's quite tall, isn't it? Are you getting that from Walmart?
Yeah, that one's coming from Walmart.
Yeah. So let's say okay, let me have a quick look here, because often I just need to have a quick look at the item myself, and then just sort of, what you can do is just basically just look at the item and then just dig out different keywords from the description. Item word for drawer. So we go into here. Yeah. Let's have a look. $59. We're selling it for $79. Yeah. Definitely make that more expensive as well, Tiffany. That margin on there wouldn't. I mean, I know you're getting the cash back and stuff, but to me, it looks like a nice, substantial piece of furniture. Chest of drawers. So, yeah. So chest of drawers, I think I would put in. Let me just double check this. Yeah, chest of drawers I would put in there as well. I would just put in some more like words like that are more generic and keyword spy, and then just using the associative keywords, like just drilling down and really building up the title like that and seeing how that goes.
Okie dokie.
Bump up the price of that one as well. So wooden tall trash can scarecrow. That's an interesting item right there.
Yeah. I sold one.
Oh, good one.
And the thing is about this one, and I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. I sourced this one from the LTD Commodities, and I don't know if it's normal they take like 5 days to ship an item.
Yeah.
Have you guys had the same experience with them, or?
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're like they're not. They're sort of like not one of the fastest shipping places. Yeah, but all you need to do though is just simply put in your description. Please note this item takes 5 days to ship. Just cover yourself in the description. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I've changed the description, or the not the description, but I've changed the handling time to 5 days. But the first one that I sold, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, when is this thing gonna ship? When is this thing gonna ship? And so I was concerned. Like my buyer, she didn't send me any emails or any messages or anything like that. But I was definitely concerned that she might or he might come back and say, hey, why is it taking this thing so long? Because originally on this one I had put 3 day handling time as opposed to 5 day handling time. So
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes, but Bishop is absolutely right. If you're just super quick and upfront with your communication, that can head off a lot of problems. Yeah. With this is an interesting one to keyword actually. I'm trying to think associatively here, but it's like, where are you getting? You're getting from LTD. That's right. Yeah. I would go back to the description on the website and just see if you can find like some really good associative words and put those into Spy and see what else comes up.
okay.
Yeah, so that would be my recommendation with that one to see if you can bump up the strength of that
Okay.
title. Yeah. Okay, what's this one here next? It's a manual wheelchair leg rest.
Mhm.
Manual. So it's basically a wheelchair you're selling here.
Mhm.
Okay. And because
I sold one of these actually already, and this one is sourced from Amazon. And so the price on this one is, I want to say it's 109, around that range, 109.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, cool. And you're using Be Frugal to get your cash back on Amazon stuff?
well, I've used Befugal. I'm sorry. I've used the Frugal for a not too many transactions because it's not like every Amazon transaction.
Yeah, I know.
It's like with Amazon with these like even in all of them they have like certain categories. Like the last time I used the Be Frugal site was when they had cash back on all categories. But now it's like, okay, only selected categories are giving cash back with Amazon. So that, which leads me to another question, because most of my items are sourced from Amazon, and I do want to start to get more into the cash back. And so I wanted to, start sourcing more from different sites. But it's like Roger says, it's like I'm used to Amazon. I know Amazon.
Yeah.
I know what they do. I know how to, list quickly from Amazon, and it's taking that step to really dive deep into other sites.
Exactly, Tiffany. Let me tell you, as soon as you do that, that's when you really see things like, I know things are going very well for you, but that's when you really see that next lift in profitability. Okay. Yeah, because the cashback's so crucial. Also, because I'm a dropshipper on Amazon as well, I'm not necessarily the cheapest person, right, for different products. So, because I'm sourcing it from, other places, or, you know what I'm saying? So you have to...
Yeah.
So, I know you're aware of Google image search, right, using Chrome?
Yes.
So, good. So that's absolutely invaluable.
Yes.
But it's really the huge thing is, like, it's just having the cash back and also the alternative pictures to use, like, other places. So you want to always be mindful of that, and also the rewards on the different memberships. Like, obviously you're aware of Overstock with the Club O, and, other... actually, also Kmart, they have a really great membership. They're always giving cash back on purchases. And the prices fluctuate on Kmart a lot, often to the cheaper. You can also get tons of coupons and stuff as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's not just getting... So basically it's like cashback coupons and the price fluctuations on these sites are really often to our advantage. Sometimes the price fluctuation can go up, but then you just simply... hold out, and then the next day or two it'll just drop again, back to where it was. So I would definitely start sourcing more from other sites.
I'm sorry.
No, no,
Do you
no.
do you have a like a certain percentage, like to where you say, okay, well, 50% of my items are from this site, 20% of my items are from this site, or does it just really
No,
vary?
it depends. It really varies, and there's no need to track it like that because it really doesn't give any advantage.
Okay.
It's really all about the product first, and then where can you source it from. Although sometimes it's really good to reverse it as well, where you're like, say on Overstock, and you're looking through their recommended products, and you can see like all these cool products to the right hand side, which are even a little bit cheaper, or they just look cooler or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's actually, and also if you go deep into different sites too, because often a lot of drop shippers would just go and probably if they're going to engineer it for the site first, then drop shipping it onto like eBay or Amazon, they just go for the first couple of products on the first couple of pages. If you go deep, then you'll be able to find products that not a lot of people are offering because they just going down deeply that much site, right? So that as well, just play around with that and see if it gives. Although obviously you want to be, selling stuff that people are selling already using the spider method, and then just being able to source it. That should be the primary strategy. So, but definitely start using those other resources. Sure. Okay, so 18 gauge Porto cable. Yeah, this is it's an interesting one too. Okay. These more technical products. People are they usually looking for something specific. Is that for roofing? That's for roofing repair, is it?
Yeah, you can use it for roofing, but that's really more geared towards, you can use it for roofing, and people who are roofers can definitely buy this product, but I think from the description in Amazon, it's more geared towards people who are more like do-it-yourselfers. And so maybe I was thinking that, okay, well, if I'm a do-it-yourselfer, I'm looking for a Brad Neller, I'm going to just, type in Brad Neller and get my list of items to come up. So this particular brand, I think, is more geared towards do-it-yourselfers as opposed to people who are actually in the profession.
Yes. And this is a fantastic, and you just came up with a fantastic keyword which gets actually literally millions of search, and that's just simply DIY. So I would put try putting a DIY in here, and seeing if I know it's actually quite a general sort of term, but you could kind of see if that gives you any kind of bump in what's it.
Okay.
One thing that I also mentioned to Ricardo before I think you came on, Tiffany, is that you want to use not only Keyword Spy, but also, if you can, get your hands on a tool called FreshKey, which gives you actually search on like the search volume on Google, Amazon, eBay, and YouTube. And then I think there might be a couple of others. I can't recall the other ones if there are. But anyway, that's a really useful tool. You want to be referring to Google first, I would think, but because it can be very specific to eBay, and eventually when you start selling on Amazon, that's just a really it's just more information that you can make a bit more of an informed choice when you're positioning your products, right? So that's a really great tool. It's about $10 one-off charge. I bought it on a promotion, so I don't know if they bumped it up or not. Maybe it's 20 at the most. I can't imagine it being more expensive, but it's a great tool. Okay, so let's scroll on down to the rest of your stuff. Portables.
Yeah, that's enough. This is actually more of a, I think this may be too specific. I'm in the HVAC field, this next one, the solder brazing torch. And so, like, some of the words, I know these words, and so I was thinking, okay, well, if I'm an HVAC technician and I'm looking for one of these things, these are the words that I'll use. I'm going to use brazing torch, or oxygen or MC-acetylene, things like that. And so it just may be too specific, I think, because I was thinking that, okay, well, this will go quickly because I know a lot of guys that I talk to at my job, they shop eBay all the time, and so I just think I just put it in as just way too specific.
Yes, it is.
And I haven't,
yes.
like some of these I haven't revisited, and that's my fault. The later ones down, I revisit, but these I haven't really revisited and touched up my titles.
Okay. Got it. So, yeah, I would definitely, this is why I really love Keyword Spy, because Brazing Torch comes up with really much more general, more highly trafficked associative keywords like welding supplies.
Welding supplies.
Yeah, well, your welding equipment, welding supplies, welding supply, just singular, welders, right?
Gotcha.
This is all from Google, obviously, from Keyword Spy, but yeah, there's a ton of really, I think, some different keywords you can use here for that particular one. And then you can put the more specifics in the description and the item specifics.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's an interesting product to be selling. Interesting. Okay, so wall mount electrical fireplace. Oh, yes, good. Getting into fireplaces now. Yes, used to sell a ton of those, actually, over the winter. Okay. Are you getting that from Amazon as well?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. So let's have a quick look at the $388 good price.
That one, let me calculate it real quickly. On Amazon, I believe it's $2.99, so about $30. I want to say after all fees and everything.
Okay, it's not bad. But
yeah,
it's excellent. Yes. Okay, so it's yeah, you're making $30. Bump up the price of this one, Tiffany.
Okay.
By like say $3.99, because this sort of thing is it's not only is it seasonally appropriate, but also people have this reassuring feeling. Obviously, you don't want to go too over the top, but they're thinking that the more expensive something is, the better quality it is. Right?
I gotcha.
Yeah. So especially if it's something that looks kind of cool. I couldn't find it on Amazon when I put in those keywords, but I can kind of see it from the picture. It actually, it looks like a good size and everything. So, okay, so definitely bump up the price. And then in terms of the keywords there, I mean, like electric fireplace. Let me just see. Fireplaces actually get a lot of traffic. Let me just yeah. That's when you want to be putting in the qualifiers, like if it's living room furniture, bedroom furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I see. So is it actually a black one or is it white?
Oh boy, sorry, that just pulled up right there. That shop at home stuff. That's black.
It is a black one. Oh, okay. Because I thought it was white in the picture.
It was mounted on a white wall so that people could kind of see it in their living room. So, but no, this one's black. Mm-hmm.
It is black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, it looks really cool. It looks like a really sort of stylish, and it's actually is it an LED display or is it actually?
That is a great question. That's a great question. Let me find out.
Well, the reason why I ask is because I just wouldn't even want to see if it's worth putting that in your title. LEDs display fireplace. So let me have a quick look here.
Right. On page 5.
Tiffany, when I put in the keywords electric fireplace, I'm coming up with some really great keywords here in Keyword Sky, like things like fireplace heater.
Fireplace heater.
Yeah, fireplace heater. That's actually really looks pretty highly trafficked. And you know, other stuff like obviously electric fireplaces. I always put in the plural of something, even though some people might think it's not necessary, but that counts as a separate keyword in my book. And you know, fireplace electric, like switching it around a little bit. Then you want to allude to the fact that it looks kind of cool. Now, remember, this is something that Roger, I always thought that was really clever when he was saying like, you know, like chic, modern, Manhattan, you know, something because it's, you know, urban, or maybe not urban, but you know what I'm saying, like something that kind of is like it's like a chic fireplace, or stylish, or sleek. I love that word, sleek. You know, so yeah, so I would take out the word decor, and also I would take out the word hanging fireplace.
Okay.
I don't think that is very searched, that particular, like, hanging fireplace.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, wall mount's good. Indoor, I'd take out the word indoor, because it's kind of a given that it would be indoors, so take that out. Electric fireplace heater, yes. Wide. Yeah, it's always a double-edged sword using the words I wouldn't say oversized actually, or extra large, because it might not be. But I know that a lot of people want to look for something that would fill in rooms, but they might be a bit annoyed if they see the actual specs and see that it's not really that oversized or anything. So, yeah. So take out the word hanging, decor. I would add the word chic. I would also add in the word. Let's see. There's nothing mixed down there. What was the one I said? Fireplace heater. Oh, you already got that in there. You got that in there. You got that in there already. Cool. So I think, yeah. Stove, fireplace. Yeah, I just tweak it up a little bit. Yeah, and make it more expensive.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Okay, good. All right, next.
Yeah, go ahead. Buy it now. Before the price goes up.
Yeah, no, it's an excellent item. Costco's a really good place to find good fireplaces too, guys. Just FYI. Okay.
Go down a little bit more.
Are we able to add another person to this Skype training? Yeah, it's Rayon. He was on our last hangout. But
what is it? I'm sure if we can physically do it with Skype, can we do it, Bishop, or what's the maximum we can have?
Okay, give me a sec.
Yes. Actually, yeah, we've been... Has it really been nearly 2.5 hours? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wow, yeah. So...
Hey, you know what? I'll take advantage of every opportunity I can, man.
Yes. So try and get him on as soon as possible then, Ricardo, if you get him to, because I think we're only going to be here for maybe another 15 minutes.
Okay,
we're going to hit the 2.5 hour mark.
I'm actually sending him that note too. I'm telling him that there's only 3 minutes left.
Okay, get on there quick. Yeah, exactly. Cool. So the classical phone 20. Okay, good. Utility spice, food and cabinet storage. Okay. Tiffany, can you click on that one, utility spice, stack storage cabinet? Yeah, just click on that one there. Yeah.
And this one is coming from Wayfair. I tried to find a different picture on the using the Google, and it's not really, the best picture, but it was like the best that I could find. And so I can like go back and try to find more. But yeah, if this is sourced from Wayfair, and Wayfair normally has super pictures that I can just download and upload again, but I just really didn't see that much. Oh yeah, so yeah, one's on one side, the opening, and the other one's on the other side. That one looks a little bit better. So
yeah, that's good that you sourced it with the doors open there. Let's see. I wonder if the word, I know that I come from New Zealand, so I wonder if the word larder is used that much in the US.
What is it?
The word larder, L-A-R-D-E-R.
L-A-R-D-E-R?
Yeah, there's probably not a word you use there.
No. But I'll gladly ship to New Zealand. So.
Oh yeah, come on over. That would be great. Yeah.
I sure will.
Yeah.
eBay international shipping program.
Yes, I know. I love that, right? Oh my gosh, it's shipping. It's awesome. Which, by the way, you obviously opted into that, right? Tiffany.
Oh yeah, actually, many of my sales have been coming from the international community. So I've been shipping to Canada, to the UK, to Australia. And so those 3 countries have been my only countries so far, but I'm looking forward to, shipping a lot more to those places.
Exactly. Now that's where I think really you can really build a truly international e-commerce business is actually with eBay, more so than Amazon after doing a bit more investigating, because FBA only do certain categories. So I'm hoping they're going to be working on it more. But yeah, the global shipping program is so cool and make it so easy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. So this is, I'm just looking at the title here. Actually, there's, just sort of see, there's not a lot more that I could add to this, actually, to be honest with you, because it really is, it is what it is. And you've got the word organizer in there and pantry, which are actually really highly good keywords. So yeah, okay. I think that one there, I think it's good. That title. I can't think of any way to strengthen it even more. But if you haven't been getting any sales of this one, once again, I would just, tweak it around a little bit, bring the price up a little bit. Yeah. Maybe there's a certain kind of wood that people are looking for. I'm kind of reaching here, actually. I'm not sure. But, yeah. So let's go on to the next couple of items, since we just have a bit more time left. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if he's going to be hopping on, so, whatever you guys got to do.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. I'll tell him that the phone call is going to cost him $30.
What? That's really good.
And he'll jump right on. Let me just say, this home gym equipment, that's actually a really good niche as well. It's a little expensive to ship, but if someone's providing free shipping for that, then hey, obviously you factor that into your margins. Are you getting that from Amazon as well?
No, this one's from Walmart. From Walmart.
Yeah, so with Walmart, you really have to be working those margins because they can add a lot in terms of like shipping and taxes. So have you been doing the fake checkouts to get to Bridgeport, New York, or like even Los Angeles? Actually, you can get it's quite expensive to ship to LA because by post. But you want to always be doing your fake checkouts, so the maximum amount of shipping and taxes you're going to be charged.
Gotcha. Well, here it is right here. Wow, yeah, this is the actual gym right here that they're showing on my screen at the Shop at Home people. And so, I thought that Walmart had free shipping on here. I didn't think that. May I click on it real quickly? Do you guys mind?
Yep, go ahead. Yeah, because they're not including the shipping and the taxes in that price they're showing you there.
Oh, okay. No, it does have a shipping charge. It's $99. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, yeah, I need to definitely up that price a lot more
Yes,
on
yes,
that.
yes,
Okay. What was I
yes. Especially
thinking?
with the heavier stuff like that. No worries. Especially with the heavier stuff than that, you really have to. Anything. That's another thing as well, Tiffany. When you start sourcing from different source sites, is you want to be every time you want to be doing a fake checkout with that item, so you know exactly what the maximum amount you're going to be charged, and then you can work the margins from that point. So there's no
Gotcha.
surprises. Yeah.
I'm going to do that right now.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
in case somebody wanted to buy it later on.
That's
So
exactly.
just, I'm just going to, let me see.
Oh, good. Welcome,
I haven't.
Rayon. Just got a
Welcome,
message.
Rayon.
Rayon's on board.
How about I do this? I'm just going to be on the super safe side.
All right, Rayon, you're on the hot seat, brother.
Maybe the next hot seat.
Yeah, and I decided not to do the internationally shipping on this one because I didn't. It was my understanding that it would be. It was my understanding that it would. There's a limit on the weight, and
Yes, it's about
so
60 pounds,
I don't.
66 pounds.
Yeah, and that's definitely more than 66 pounds. So
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, though,
okay.
any product that's too heavy, they're not going to let you. If you put the weight in, you're not. It's not going to let you ship. I mean, it won't qualify anyway.
Okay. Yeah, and I did. And that's what's weird about it too. I put in 109, and so I'm not really sure why. And I could be wrong. I'm wrong often, and so I just apologize and move on. Oh no, wait, that is not it. It looked like the same guy. No, that's it. Maybe they're just more accessories on it than I realized.
This is cool. So you should be getting these pictures and putting them on your listing.
I do. See, that's why I love the hot seat, because the hot seat always is very, very valuable. Awesome.
Okay, great. So we've got time. Let's have a look at a couple more, and then I think it'll be time to wind it up for this particular hot seat. Yes.
Yeah, let me go back to that original.
We're going to make the practice a bit later as well, Tiffany. So because I know that you've got something on right around the time we have them at 3 o'clock Pacific, so we'll make them later.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Yeah, that works for me too, because that way I'm not rushing home from work.
Oh, good. Okay, great. So yeah.
No, hey, it's all right. I'm not gonna blame you. You run on your son's schedule. I get it.
Okay, do hunting night vision monocular. Gosh, you got some good products here. Interesting.
I have to really get better at I think my greatest weakness, and I'm working on it, is titling and getting those powerful words in there, because I know even even with I know that I could be making a lot more. I know I could be converting a lot more sales if my titles were just a bit more, just had more, better keywords. And so sometimes I get into list, and I don't really come back to the title, and I do, and it's like every time I do go back to title, it's something sells because I changed a keyword or because I made a small little tweak or an adjustment. But it's I have to make that a priority. I mean, there's no excuse for it, really. I just have to make it a priority and get better at it.
Yeah, that's. I think that you've got a really good awareness around that, Tiffany, because I think your product sense is really. I mean, these are really good products you're listing here. But yes, definitely strengthen the keywords. In fact, Ricardo, his titles I thought were really good. He was using the keyword builder, the title
Uh-huh.
builder, which I think has improved a lot since they first released it. So I would use a combination. Like definitely use a title builder, use Keyword Spy, and if you think
Yeah.
about it, but maybe just have make because really a listing isn't really sort of done, as you know, until the title is as strong as you can make it. But obviously, but
Yeah.
don't obsess around it. Just sort of like it's often the most obvious keywords that come to mind immediately. They're the best ones to use because, and then as long as you check the traffic level, and then you always can change them, right? That's the beauty of
Yeah.
this. You can always can change them. So. Yes, definitely strengthen those using the variety of tools that we have. Um, yeah, I'm just sort of looking over here. I think that's probably compared to the listings that I'm seeing on the rest of the page here. So you sort of know what to do with that. Okay, cool. So Bishop, was there anything that you wanted to add? Perhaps maybe when we were going to be doing the. Actually, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Was there any other burning questions that you had before we wind up your hot seat?
No, not really. I think that my next level of questions will come when I upgrade to the next level of Monopoly. I think that I'm gonna have a whole bunch of questions then, and I'm almost there at my goal of making enough money on eBay to pay for that. And
That's
so
awesome. Good for you.
I think that I'm actually less than $50 away, so I'm super excited. Come on, sales, come on.
Fantastic.
So I just need to. Right now, what I think what I really need is to work on my titling and my keyword choices because all of these listings were spidered, all of them, and so I learned a big lesson in not doing it, and now that I'm doing it, I'm selling a lot more. But I think that once I get the titles down, you know, oh my gosh, so uh, the titling and the finding the pictures, but more so the titling is really, I think, been my Achilles heel.
Yes. But you know what's cool about knowing what your Achilles heel is? You can always make it stronger, right? Just through, yeah. So so you have the awareness, which is really the biggest thing right there, and the will too. So, and we'll be doing more hot seats. Go on.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it's taught me so much now that I'm actually back at work because of the mistakes that I've made in my past. But it's taught me so much about, true customer service and how much a mistake can really hurt your margins. And why it's so important. And so now when I go to work, I'm able to really serve my current company and also my customers and my coworkers much better because I have this business that I'm growing, and so I understand more of what it takes to really run a business. And so it's I'm super thankful for it. I'm so super thankful for VSD and the introduction that you guys have given me. Yes.
That would
Yeah,
be great, Bishop. Oh,
I will
sorry.
definitely be doing that. I'm having on the landing page. I'm having a little bit of trouble of I guess linking my DSD sales page to the landing page, like to where you click on the button and then it goes directly to the DSD sales page. I mean, I'm using GetResponse, the GetResponse landing page, and I know it's gonna have to be tweaked, which is super fine. But I'm kind of stuck there. Okie dokie. Okay, awesome.
Excellent. So we'll be announcing the affiliate training in the next day or so, and we'll post it up on Facebook. So yeah, this is very, very exciting time. As Bishop mentioned, like we're getting into like going to get into the high season for sales with that drop shipping. Also, New Year's resolutions. Then we can really start crushing it on the affiliate side as well together, which would be really, really cool. So with that, thank you so much, everybody, for being on here with us, like from all corners of the world. Well, North America and New Zealand. So really great to see you as well, and to meet you as well, Ricardo, and to do the hot seat with you. So any last things you want to see and want to say, Bishop, before we sign off?